Shalom to Rabbi Yaakov Bliech, Chief Rabbi of Ukraine, VP of the Conference of European Rabbis, and VP of World Jewish Congress.
Shalom, shalom, and good evening.
So we're familiar, of course, with the roles of rabbis, and rabbis have the mission that they have. What is the idea behind what we're seeing today, the mission statement of the Conference of European Rabbis?
We have to understand that the Conference of European Rabbis has been around for 60 years, so there's nothing new really coming on, or a mission that's new to the CER that we haven't been doing for the last 60 years. The idea is in the reorganization that's taking place presently in the Conference of European Rabbis, where we are trying to reorganize in a way that we can be more effective and use the different parts of the organization, that everyone has a mission that's very clear. We're trying to find what defines, in one statement, in one sentence, what is the most important mission that the Conference of European Rabbis was created for 60 years ago, and what is still relevant today. And that mission statement, which is one sentence long, is something that's memorable, that's measurable, it's manageable, and something that defines what we're doing and that no other Jewish organization or any other organization in the world is doing. And that is to promote and preserve Jewish life, or Torah Judaism, throughout Europe.
And no question of tactic here, who will be deterred, who will connect to the word Torah?
I'll tell you the truth. The truth is that we're here to teach, authentic Judaism the way we know it, the way it's been taught to us throughout all the generations. It's not that we're coming with something new. Torah Judaism is not something new, and I don't think Jews that want to be religious and that want to belong to the Jewish people and the Jewish nation are going to be scared away by the word Torah. Torah that's what we live with. The Torah teaches us that our pride in the eyes of all nations is the fact that we are living with the Torah for so many years. Right? So that's obviously there for us to use and to teach and to be proud of. So we don't have to be embarrassed of it.
Who would you define as your target audience? It's not only the observant.
Our target audience are the Jews of Europe. The Jews of Europe over the last 60 years have been represented in all religious affairs and religious matters by the Conference of European Rabbis. So again, we're not creating the wheel, and we're not coming up with anything new. The Conference of European Rabbis is not a new organization. We are continuing where others have left off, where others have begun. And they began by creating this organization, which is built for Torah Judaism, for Torah True Judaism. You can put all of the Shemot Livui, all the names that you want, but at the end of the day, Judaism is Judaism, and Jews are Jews, right? But if you want to describe what type of Judaism this is, we'd rather not use any of the what I call artificial labels today, because we want Judaism without labels. And I think that the most important thing and the best thing we can say is Torah Judaism.
And today, rabbis are much more than educators, teachers. We know that the rabbis, meet with political leaders, represent the community.
You have to understand, there's a certain power of religion and power of faith that I call that a religious leader has. A religious leader is a leader not only because he's chosen or elected. A religious leader is someone who, by nature of his position and his way of life, leads and teaches others. The first and foremost job of a rabbi is to be a teacher. And the first and foremost job of a teacher is to have students. If you don't have students, then you're not a teacher. So I think that what the rabbis are doing by representing the Jewish communities and the Jews within Europe is they're giving a certain authenticity to the voice of Jewry in Europe, which is very much respected in Europe, by the way, as a traditional value. Religious leaders have certain traditional respect and value, and that's what the Conference of European Rabbis brings, which is a very interesting thing, because this was begun by people who I said today, and I'll say it again, I don't think that when Sir Israel Brody, along with Rav Kaplan and the Chief Rabbi of France and the Chief Rabbi of Amsterdam, I don't think when they created the Conference of European Rabbis 60 years ago, dreamt that what Europe would look like today. First of all, how many issues and problems are facing the Jews, but also the thriving Jewish community in Europe. Don't forget, you have millions of Jews living in Europe today, living a Jewish life in Europe. With all of the dangers and all of the challenges and all of the questions that we have, there still is a very, very thriving Jewish community, and it is still being represented by the rabbis of the Conference of European Rabbis.
So how do you see the future of European Judaism?
I don't know. It's a very questionable thing. You know, I'm a religious Jew. I'm a rabbi. I'm a believer. I believe that we as Jews can do whatever we can with our hands, but at the end of the day, God is the one that makes the decisions, and it's very hard lidrosh achar atidot, you know, how it's going to be and what's going to be here. I just know one thing: as long as we see that the Jews are living here, and that there's a chance to bring Jews closer to Judaism, we have to do what we can to help the Jews that are living here. At the same time, to be a realist and have our feet on the ground and see what's going on in countries such as France, which I think is a very, very dangerous situation. I think that people in Israel feel it also because of the Aliyah, and you see the Jews coming from France. In certain ways, there are dangers to Jews to walk in the streets of France, and people say walk without a kippah, etc. I think that that's showing us that we should never become too comfortable anywhere in the world, but especially today in Europe. And there's an old joke, a European joke, that was told many years ago about a Jew that comes home from the synagogue to his wife and tells his wife, listen, the rabbi said that Mashiach is coming. So she said, and? He said, and we're all going to go to Israel. She said, oi, we're going to go to Israel? What's going to be with the chickens? What's going to be with the cows? What are we going to do with all of them? What are we going to go to Israel and leave it all here? So he says, listen, we have so many problems here, with anti-Semitism and the goyim, and they bother us and they beat us and the pogroms. So we'll be able to get away from all that, and we'll be able to live in Israel, and there'll be peace and no one will bother us. And the wife sits and scratches her head. She says, I have a great idea. Why doesn't Mashiach come and take all the goyim to Israel? That way we'll be able to live here in peace and nobody will bother us. So this is an old European joke. I'm saying well over 100 years old. It's a joke that's going on. Today, this is not a joke anymore. Today, the question of a Jew being in danger in Europe and understanding that, listen, in order for me to save myself, my family, and my future, I may have to pack out of here, and I have to go to Israel where I will be safe, where I won't be having these pogroms and these things, is today not funny anymore. We can't tell this joke anymore. This is serious today. Because today it's actual, just like it was actual during World War II. I'm not saying on the same level, but I'm saying, but just like at that point, Jews said, okay, let's see, who can run away? Where can we run? There is today, in the back of every Jew's mind in Western Europe, I think, and many Jews already, as we know, over 1 million Jews probably from Eastern Europe that already made Aliyah over the last 25 years, but even today in Western Europe, and they're thinking, you know, when will the day come and how soon will it be that we'll have to pack up and leave?
Rabbi Yaakov Bliech, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.